Welcome back, trainers, and we finally got our Snazzle. And I am going to say we had the most crazy runs, so you're going to want to stick around for these battles here. Big shout out to my friend here who was able to reach out to me on Discord and trade me his extra. Folks, let's go. We got it. In return, he did get a Cresselia. It was able to drop into the Great League, and it did have a Legacy Grass Knot. So we're all both set, good to go. Let's see what we have going on here, folks. Now, the crazy thing is I had just enough candies to power it up to where it needed to be for the Great League by that secondary move, and I had one candy. I did not invest rare candies. Folks, this was so meant to be. You're about to see. Hit that like button. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm going to tell you something. It's about 11:30 p.m. right now, and it was a big green day, if you know what I mean. So I would sound a lot more excited. Had a very, very busy day. My friend was in town, went to go see him, had to do some more errands, and I just had to edit this video right now. I just couldn't wait for the morning for it to export. It takes too long. So here we are, and this thing is going to be fire and poison if you did not know. And the big deal about it, it's very rare because you have to hatch this in general, the Salandit, and then it has to be female. I've hatched 5 males, and I even got 100. So it's more common to get a stinking 100 than it is to get this female. So here we are, and so poison and fire. Okay, so massive resistance to charm. You're going to be good up against grass, obviously, and charm users. Now, the down draw with this Pokemon, the only thing that I'm going to have to say negative is this squishiness, that it can't really take a hit, so you're going to need shields, basically. But on the bright side, it charges like a beast with Incinerate and Poison Fang. What a disgusting, nasty combination. And we are going to be going with Fire Blast. We will be getting that off, and it's only going to be one time, but the one time we get it off, oh boy, it's going to be a freaking amazing, folks. Look, I am so ecstatic. I'm so happy because it's not like, oh, I won, you know, oh, I did a good job. You know, that's great, no, so we can bring you the videos. But it's more so because now we get to see. We've been waiting so long to do this, and it was a good run. These first battles, this is my first sets. Folks, look, today was 4 4-1s that we are about to take a look at, as well as 1 tie. And then the other set was going to be a 2-3, if you're wondering. It wasn't a 0-5. All right, so we're going to get into the commentary. As you can tell, I'm very excited. We got a long video, 30 minutes of straight ×2 battles. Let's go, folks. Hit that like button, like I said, and get a snack. We're going to have some juicy battles here. Majority just winning. And the Salandit putting in the work. And yes, I do have an XL Medicham on my team. Oh, you better believe it. When we're using this thing as an experiment for the first time, I'm going to go in with something that can take a hit, and that is extremely reliable. Now, we're going to be also pairing it up with Trevenant, which, I mean, it's Trevenant. All right, it's putting in the work. And that's, I know I can keep going on and talk your ear off all day here, which I'm about to do anyways. But let's see what we have. Farming down the Skarmory, getting to the Poison Fang here. You know, I just threw it because, well, better to take it out before it hits me with something, because even though we're poisoning, we still take a lot of damage. Venusaur in the back, not able to connect that Incinerate. That's because it just registers so slow. But we're able to hit that Poison Fang and lowering the defense, going for a Seed Bomb, because at this point, we just need to get that shield. Now we're going to go ahead and shield up this in return and just hope we can get to the... Oh, I didn't have the Nerves of Steel, so we just threw this here, but I think we're going to be able to make it anyways. A couple more Shadow Claws, lower defense, and we take the win up against that Venusaur, folks. Let's go. Next battle, met with a Lurantis. Oh, yeah, that's nice and juicy. Let's go. All right, so check it out. We're Poison and Fire. That's going to have... what superpower and leaf blade. We can let it all go, but let's see how much it does, so you can see how squishy. Superpower still doing over half. Superpower is a strong move, so, but still, we're poison type. Come on. And it's not even stab off that Lurantis, so we're going to go ahead and throw that, lower the defense, and then swap into the Medicham, as they do bring in that Mandibuzz here. They're going to probably, yep, go for Aerial Ace, but see, this is exactly why I have to use the Medicham. Snazzle. Did you? I mean, I can't even say. I was trying to figure out the name. I should have definitely edited that out, but I'll leave it in so you can get a couple laughs or maybe a cringe on that. Snazzle is very squishy, so we needed a tank here, okay? So they're backing out, okay? We're going to see a lot of that happening, folks. So you have no idea. Athena got her treats today. If you're not aware, my dog Athena, if you're new here, very sweet, a pit bull, and I think she's a lab. She's got to be, but she's the sweetest little angel around. I'm pretty sure we all say that about our dogs, right? But she gets a treat every time I get a either 4-1 or a 5-0. And I tell her, I was like, I think I'm going to get a 4-1. She gets all excited and starts getting waiting to see. She knows I got to get her involved with Go Battle League, you know? Got to get somebody around me excited for it here, other than just the people that I connect through the internet. Anyways, we're up against a Cofagrigus here. They're not going to be taking very effective damage from that, but we're going to be taking them out at the expense of double shielding. And they're going to be entering the battle with an Azumarill, so we're going to go for that Poison Fang and lowering the defense and doing super effective damage. They immediately swap into their Shiftry. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Medicham. And, you know, again, with the XL Medicham, Serenity, this is what I named it. I had my other one named Future, but it just doesn't have the correct IVs as much as I would love to use that thing. And if you're not aware of that, we'll go ahead and toot my own horn really quick. I was saying, before the PvP was even a concept, you know, or even talked about by Niantic that was going to be released, I was telling people, get ready. You know, people were trash talking on things with low CP, which, you know, fair game, because, you know, there was no point to have them. But I was trying to make a point to them that you're going to want these specific lower CP Pokemon that are going to be maxing out at level 40, because we're going to have these specific leagues in the future. Thus, I named Medicham Future because I knew it was going to be great. And here we are. Medicham is a beast. Next battle, we have a great lead. And I'm going to have to say also, this Snazzle is about to stumble over my words like a fool again, had a just amazing leads today, just phenomenal, fantastic, perfection. So they're going to be swapping into a Vigoroth. We're going to bring in our Medicham, and we're going to, I think, as much as I want to farm down, we're going to throw this here. And if you've noticed as well, we do have Dynamic Punch. If you're wondering, isn't that a kind of a noob thing to do? No. If you're not new here, or if you're new here, or if you're not, it is definitely not a noob thing. It's something to take people by surprise. That's why I run it, and it does, and it puts in that work. So we got an Obstagoon out here. We're going to be taking resisted counters, non-stab. Although any charge move they throw, other than cross chop, might even KO us because it's just so squishy. We're going to be putting in the work. See, what you're going to rely on is that Incinerate damage after you've done that Poison Fang. But Poison Fang is going to be adding on as well. So, I mean, it's just amazing. Now, if you're wondering, well, what about a Talonflame lead? How's it going to pan out up against that? Don't worry. I got you covered on that. So, in comes the Trevenant. And we're going to make sure we do not tap the screen. Over tap, I should say, and make sure we tap right on that charge move, because if you get locked in with that Incinerate, you're done for, and you're just going to lose, right? So we bring in our Trevenant, they see, they back out, we take the win, and there you go, there's your 4-1 now. There was a battle that I lost, and salty about it because I screwed up. I could have won at 5-0 with this damn thing the first time. Anyways, next battle, we got a Golbat Purified. I'm not going to say it has returned. I'm just going to say they purified it, so we're just going to go off of that. It has Shadow Ball, Poison Fang. Wing Attack, doing a lot of damage, already bringing us down to half. And we are going to go ahead and shield up that as well, even though it's not very effective. We're still going to play it safe because, again, it's just too squishy. We want to kind of win this matchup here. So it is not going to be like you're raising... It's not going to be like a Talonflame. You're not raising your attack with Poison Fang. It's just lowering your opponent's defense, okay? It would be pretty crazy, although I like it this way. I don't want Flame Charge. So we got a Machamp, so we're going to go ahead and swap, and they got a Wigglytuff in the back. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and go for Psychic Medicham. It can hold its own up against this, especially because Wigglytuff is also going to be part normal, so it is still taking a lot of damage. If you had Power Up Punch, you could have won that one there. Or if we could just bring in our Snazzle and go for the Poison Fang, take him out there. I know, it's just going to work out better that way. And the Trevenant is going to go in and have a little fun here. Now, if they did have payback, it's GG for me. Rock Slide, if they get to another one, obviously it's over. So I kind of panicked here and I throw Seed Bomb, but yeah, I think that's pretty much good enough. And we're going to be able to take the win there with our Trevenant at the end. Next battle, we're leading with Snazzle the entire time. And here's your Talonflame. Now, this is going to be a little bit of an odd one here. Now, I felt like maybe people were thrown off by this because it's not something you're going to be seeing every single day in Go Battle League, the Snazzle here. So, don't know if they like were like extra charging or what, but let's see what happens here. So that, yeah, we take them out. Maybe they didn't expect it to do that much damage. They got a Swampert. We swap into our Medicham and it's over. Now, yeah, it's not like, oh, that trainer, it is what it is. I just wanted to show you because Snazzle's in front up against that Talonflame and it's still doing a lot. We'll have a proper one where somebody shields it up. Not saying that they didn't do something proper, but I'll shut up now. I'll just keep digging myself a hole here. So we're going to be up against a Venusaur. We can let all this go because we resist it all. But then again, it's like, do we really? Jeez, for freaking poison and fire. Frenzy Plant's still doing about 70% damage. All right, so we're stacked up here, and we're winning that matchup, swapping into our Medicham after we did lower the defense. And why did I do that? I just didn't want them to get that much more farm. Swampert just farms so quick, and you never know that Snazzle may be putting in some work at the end. Who knows? So we're going to go ahead and let that go. Shield up one and go for the Dynamic Punch here. Oh, wait. Yeah, we've used the shield already. So Dynamic Punch, yes, takes a lot of energy, but hey, we'll have to just figure it out here. Shielding it up again and farming them down. Now, I figured because they were trying to keep, the Medicham at bay there, that there was something weak to fighting in the back, and they back out. So next battle, we're met with a Talonflame. Here we go. All right, let's see how this one works out. So we got to make sure we don't let them sneak one through, and we do perfect. I don't think we let them sneak an Incinerate, this whole day through. All right, so perfect. And, I'm not afraid of Brave Bird, so we'll let that go. But here's the thing. Now these Flame Charges are, well, not the Flame Charge, the Incineration is going to really start hurting us, even though we're fire. But they swap into a Deoxys, and we lower the defense. Now, we've discussed this before with the Nidoqueen about the Poison Fang and people catching. Now, not to discredit a catch, and a catch is a catch, and it's always nice, and it's always satisfying, and it could potentially help you pull a win. But when they catch a Poison Fang in the beginning, or situations like this, it's just so nice. Like, okay, I'll just swap into the Trevenant and farm up here. So they're going to be bringing in that Talonflame and Trevenant. The Grass type still giving that Fire and Flying type a run for its money. And we swap into our Snazzle here and shielding up the Flame Charge. I just wanted to keep it alive, and they have no more shields left. We're bringing in our Medicham, and we're going to go for the Psychic. Now, this still has a good matchup against Azumarill. Play Rough. It's not going to KO, but it's going to do quite a bit here. So let's see what they do have. But we still have one shield left and Ice Beam. All right, so I don't know. Maybe they have Hydro Pump. Maybe they were trying to just, get shields, right? Get that last shield, and there it is. They got the shield from me. So we're going to go for the Psychic. It's going to take about 2 more counters to take them out. 1, and they back out. We take the win there, and it looks like we're going to be seeing another 4-1, folks. I hope you have your snack and relaxed, because this is just heating up, quite literally. All right, let's get it. So, oh my goodness, I'm having a blast. Trevenant lead. Oh my gosh, let's go. So it is go, so it can do something, but they retreat because, bring it in a fighter. So it seems like this Snazzle is going to be able to sweep this team potentially. I don't know. We'll have to see here. So we do swap into our Trevenant, letting that Psychic go because of the counters. Really not doing too much, but will add up, so don't sleep on it. But they let it go. And we still have a bit of energy here, and they're bringing in their own Trevenant. We go for a couple more, and I just do this because I'm not trying to get farmed down here. One more Shadow Claw, and we get the shield looking good. We're going to bring in the Snazzle, immediately going for these. It's going to call it Psychic Fangs, Poison Fang. And they let it go, doing quite a bit of damage. The Incinerate did go through. It's going to do the damage after this here, and you didn't really see it because they swapped, and they're bringing in a Shadow Swampert, swapping into our Medicham XL. And yeah, let's go. But they hit me with Surf. Now, I don't know. Maybe they just had a bait Surf. Maybe they have... Who knows? But it doesn't matter. We take this win here. And they're like, yeah, you got me. All right, looking good. Let's keep it moving here, folks. What are we going to see? Another Talonflame. All right, let's see how this one works out. So we've had the one to see the damage just straight up. And then the kind of matchup that we just saw. Now another one. Let's see how it stacks up here. And of course, obviously, Brave Bird is going to take us out. So we shielded up because not fearing the Brave Bird, but we saw how much damage it did last time, and I'm like, I'm good on that. So they let it go too. Everybody wants to let the Snazzle just take out their Talonflames. Okay. And they have a Nidoqueen answer. Sounds good to me. We're just going to go ahead and throw that Poison Fang. Like I said before, relying on that Incinerate to just, it's going to add up here, but we don't even connect the one. But we've lowered the defense, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Trevenant here because we don't really want to bring in Medicham's counter, not very effective. At least with the Trevenant, we're doing neutral damage here. Getting to the Seed Bomb, which will do plenty of damage, especially with that lower defense. And they're using their last shield. We swap to catch on the Medicham here because I just want to hold on to that shield. Oh, we have no more shields. Okay. I'm trying to recover it. I didn't want the Trevenant to go down. I knew it was my last hope here. And they got a Shadow Meganium. This is easily over for the Medicham. And we have to get to the Shadow Ball here. And folks, it's all going to come down to us Shadow Clawing down that Nidoqueen. Are we going to be able to do it? And it is a double KO, folks. Let's go. What a good game. Let's get it. What a good game. So them letting that Talonflame go, they knew what they were doing. Next battle, we're met with a Shadow Wall Rain. Okay, I know this is something that you also wanted to see. Well, we're resisting ice, so there is that. Obviously, Earthquake's going to be taking us out. So they swap into a Talonflame. This Snazzle just can't get enough of those flying birds. Now, can it? It says, bring it on. Like in the desert, you know, the hawk usually eats the lizard. But here, the Snazzle cooks the bird. Let's get it. All right. Let's go. So we're going for another Poison Fang here, folks. And, you know, I'm just having the time of my life. Poison's my favorite typing. Poison followed up by fighting, and then maybe fire. But I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I haven't watched anybody's videos about it. I just don't watch videos of PvP anymore. I stay away from, you know, there's good guys out there. I just don't do it. I just time now. It seems like, but anyways, what's going on here? What is going on here? Bringing in that Talonflame, going for the dynamic punch. Little crackle in the voice. Snap, crackle, pop, and they have a Trevenant in the back. All right, so we immediately swap, so there's none of that farm nonsense, and they're getting a Seed Bomb off here. We're calling that, and they said, yeah, they had to get that shield there, and we take the win. Looking good. Moving on to the next battle, folks. We're about halfway. You still with me? Let's keep it going. And we're met with a Cresselia, so the only thing we really need to look out for is going to be Future Sight, right? Pretty, you know, Moonblast is double resisted, fire and poison. Grass Knot resisted by the poison and fire, so it just can't do anything. The only thing doing damage is going to be potentially Confusion, but they had Psycho Cut, so they swap into their Diggersby. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Medicham, and I'm not expecting them to shield this up. This is not going to be the best example. You probably already saw one. I was just talking over it like a fool. But could have dynamic punched them and they wouldn't expect that. But at this point, we're just farming down, letting that go because we know it's a fire punch and counting it. And we got all this energy. They're going to be getting a charge move right after this. But I just thought, you know, I'll just go ahead and throw the Psychic here. Medicham did what it needed to do. There's no need to shield this up. Just let it go down. It's all good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Snazzle here. Just waiting on that clock. I don't know why, because we could already swap. They bring in their Swampert, Shadow immediately, holding on to two shields still, and we have one as well. Well, we got two. Now they've got one. And, you know, we can't really risk it, so we shielded up. Could have been a Sludge Wave, and it would have been over at that point. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just use the shield. It doesn't really matter. We just need to wear this thing down here, and that's exactly what we're doing. Now, I think we do call this one here, letting it go, Hydro Cannon, holding onto the shield, and that was big. I think I really needed that to happen. So, obviously, shield this one up. We're in a great position here. And the Cresselia, they immediately swap. We go for the Seed Bomb, and I think we're going to be looking pretty good here. Okay. Swapping into our Snazzle, and we're going to take out a water and ground type with our poison and fire type. Oh yeah, that's not the only time that's going to happen, and that's not the same Pokemon either. We're going to see something else happen here in a bit. Met with a Medicham. This is actually going to be a decent matchup for us here, although we need to look out for Psychic, and you know, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Dynamic Punch would do a lot if they actually had that. Power Up Punch isn't going to do much. You're going to see that here. Ice Punch also isn't obviously going to do anything. We shield up the Psychic correctly. They swap into a Stunfisk, a G-Fisk, I should say. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Medicham and have a little fun here. Earthquake is probably, yep, going to happen there. And Dynamic Punch. Here's a better example as to a surprise. You know, if they knew it was dynamic, I don't think they would have shielded up. It's not a position to shield up. Just let it go, right? You come in here and counter me down, or well, quite literally counter me down. Okay, I didn't mean it by the quick move, but there you go. Medicham enters the battle. We're going to go ahead and go for Psychic here, and are going to go ahead and shield it up. We've got one shield, so we don't really want to use that, and we got a Trevenant in the back. Why would we shield that up? Also, a Snazzle, but kind of keep wanting to call it Salandit. Snazzle, man, this thing's name. So anyways, we got the Bastion out here. And, yep. This is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Do you guys watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Funny stuff, really funny. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and farm down, getting pretty brave here. No shields, we kind of have to at this point. Going for the Seed Bomb. Going to have to hit the next one immediately. Alright, no Shadow Ball needed. This is going to be enough. And Trevenant taking the win for us at the end, putting in that work. Let's go. Everything putting in that work. Salazzle absolutely putting in that work. And here we have met that one match we were talking about. Got some beautiful lag in the beginning here. And we're making a swap into Medicham as they do bring in their Altaria. So we have hard counter in the front and hard counter in the middle. Is Altaria hard counter to Medicham? Yeah, I guess. I guess it has Ice Punch too. But anyways, it still has a decent matchup. I guess it's soft counter here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for Psychic. Just take this thing out. Expecting them to use that shield here, which is fine. All right, now what we want to do is let this go. We're going to bring in the Salazzle. And I wanted to farm down here, but I got a little nervous. So I just hit the Poison Fang. I said, we're just not going to... We'll hit the Sun Bubbles. Buttles, man, I can't talk. Alright, so they have that Whiscash, which freaked me out. You know, I gotta be careful because what are we gonna do with the Salazzle up against? I mean, what possibly could we do up against a Whiscash with a fire and a poison type up against a water and a ground type? I mean, what could we do? I don't know. So we're up against this Galarian Stunfisk here. We're gonna go ahead and just put up the fight of our life with this Trevenant. Go for the Seed Bomb. And we're getting that shield. That's all we needed. So we're gonna go ahead and shield this up ourselves. And let's see what happens here, folks. Swapping into the Salazzle, farming them down. Oh boy, what's going to happen here now? If you're going to ask yourself a question, you're like, well, why didn't they throw Mud Bomb in this whole time here? Well, they knew that Trevenant had energy. They knew they needed to take it out. And we're just farming the heck up here. And we're getting to a Fire Blast. Oh, is this going to KO the Whiscash? Oh my goodness. And we KO the Whiscash with a Salazzle Fire Blast after we did go for that Poison Fang. Let's go. Bad lead. Still taking it, baby. This thing is amazing. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're met with a Nidoqueen here. So we got the Poison on Poison. Their quick move is not doing... Well, it's not doing very much, please. Look at all this not very effective moves, and they're still just pretty much taking us out here. Shadow Nidoqueen, what a beast, on top of being squishy. Bad combination, going for a double Poison Fang back to back. And we're getting one shield, but unfortunately they're going to be able to farm us down, and they're coming out of here with energy. So, you know, it's the way it goes. I didn't use a shield, that's why, right? If we used a shield, we would have been obviously winning that matchup, but I decided to let it go, unfortunately. So they're going to be bringing in a Medicham, immediately swapping into our Trevenant, and they bring in a Dugong here. Now, I knew this was winnable because we were up a shield. That Medicham doesn't have very much energy. Now, we could possibly farm up this Dugong a little bit with our Medicham, or we can come out on top of this battle here. I don't know. I personally thought I was going to lose it. The Medicham was going to go in and farm down, and I had to take it out before it got to an icy win, putting us at a disadvantage for attack, but we're able to take it out with the Trevenant. We have been debuffed, but it doesn't really matter. Look at the clock, look at the clock, look at the clock, and we were almost there. So we're swapping it, or shielding it up. Now we're going to swap it up. Bring in our Medicham, going for the Psychic here. It's going to take a couple of Psychics for them to take us out. A Psychic and an Ice Punch, I suppose. And... well, no, wait. This should be enough for Psychic. They powered up Punch, right? Yep. And they take us out. Oh my gosh, you thought we were going to win that, huh? Yeah, no. That's a good game, though. Next battle, we're met with an Gyarados, which is a good matchup. I told you. Look, it's a 4-1 4 times. How much could I exclude to make it look good in one day? I'm telling you, there's a way to manipulate this algorithm. All right, so we got a Cofagrigus. Let's go. All right, looking good here up against our Trevenant. We had to make a swap here. And obviously, Medicham doesn't want to go up against it. Now, what's happening here? What's happening good? Well, for one, we got 2 shields. 2, they stayed. That was beautiful. So they're bringing in an Abomasnow here, which is going to farm us down. That's fine. We got 2 Pokemon that can handle this. For whatever reason, bring in Medicham. Now, what was the thought process? Will was thinking, Salazzle's so squishy. You know, Weather Ball spam is going to, take me out. A couple Weather Balls, even though it's resisted. So let's see how much Energy Ball does. We would have been fine. I should have went in with the Salazzle right off the bat. Would have been snazzy. All right, so they're bringing in that Gyarados. And I think I decided to shield this up. I keep taking the advantage of shielding this Salandit up because Snazzle, jeez. Because it's just so dang crazy when you just get the momentum. It's not like you're raising your attack, but it really does a lot to a lot of different teams out here. I mean, puts in the work. As I say that, we're met with a Swampert here, so we're going to go ahead and swap, which is good. Bad lead. Let's see how we play around this. Bringing in the Medicham, and they're going to be staying here, possibly throwing and then swapping. Let's see what we up. There it is, and bringing in a Drapion. Here's that dynamic punch. Dynamic for you. Let's see what happens. Oh boy, let's go. That's a lot of damage they probably weren't expecting, but still in a comfortable range of saying, that's nice. And we're going to get taken out by Crunch in a couple more quick moves, bringing in our Snazzle here. Now we do need to look out for anything, actually. They're not going to go for Sludge. Crunch is still going to do, wow, look. Do you see where the squishy stuff I was talking about comes from? Okay. And we're going to swap into our Trevenant. Now the Snazzle does have a bunch of energy, and 2 Incinerates gets to a Poison Fang. Think about that. That's freaking crazy disgusting. Yeah, that's what it should be. Good. Now, the rarity of this thing, and as you can take a look at this very satisfying matchup that we have going on here with the bad lead, and we're still pulling it through here. The rarity. Now, it's still not worth it. It's kind of, what the hell's going on, to be honest, with the eggs in these things? I hatched 30 plus eggs. Now, I made a video with 30, but I hatched at least 45 because I didn't record all of them. And I didn't hatch a single one. Are they still in the eggs? I mean, I keep seeing people put up their little images that show the rarity of them at the bottom in Pokemon Go because you can see what you can hatch. But I want to see you hatch one and then go to your date calendar because it seems like they pulled them for a while. I don't know what scams are going on here, but yes, it's very good. If you have the finesse, if you know how to play, if you know, I'm all trying to make myself seem really good here, but you know what I'm getting at, okay? It requires a bit of knowledge on how to play because Incinerate's not the easiest move to maneuver around, especially when you're playing with the squishy Pokemon. But you can't beat these moves. Fire Blast, it's a good move, but you do have a couple more options. Anyways, let's get back into the fight here. We had our opponent who wanted to use both shields. You gotta love it. They go for Fell Stinger, and we're gonna go ahead and go for the very satisfying one-shot Beedrill with the Medicham. Wowie, wow, let's go. Bringing in a Jolteon. Okay, looks like we gotta talk it all back. They're using a Jolteon here, but, you know, I would've... Where's that last resort? So they're going with a little bit of spice here, and at this point they're probably like, yeah. And I get a little bit, yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so we take the win here, looking good. This thing is just shutting teams down. Next one, again, well, every time I kind of talk it up really quick, it just gives me a horrible lead for the video. Alright, so yeah, Mantane is going to be not great for this team here, especially with Wing Attack. So we bring in the Medicham trying to recover this here, knowing like I said, it's so thick, even if it goes up against something that it's not great up against, like this, for instance, it's still going to be able to put in the work. And that's why we kind of need it, because even the Snazzle can't even take a Poison Fang. I mean, give me a break. Can't even take a Poison Fang. All right, so we're winning that matchup there because it's a Medicham, and it's just disgusting. All right, and they're bringing in a Medicham. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Trevenant here, and they're going to be swapping into Bastodon, which is perfectly fine. Snazzle does resist those fighting moves, right? And what's going to happen here is we're going to barely come out. I'm trying to get a shield, thinking that they're going to shield this up. They don't want to lose this matchup, right? Because I got a Medicham in the back, but they're like, no, I'm not going to shield it up. I'm going to let it go. Okay. We got the Medicham with a little bit of health. That's why it's always nice to save some Pokemon, you know, which is a sliver of health that can survive realistically here, like this situation. So we get to the dynamic punch, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. All right, no, we're fine. We're fine. It depends. Let's see. We know they have Power Up Punch. What is their second move? Psychic. It's got to be Psychic, right? It's got to be Psychic. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. We're just going to see. Oh my goodness. It is a Power Up Punch. Okay. Looking good. So I'm expecting. They know because Snazzle is just so squishy. They can keep going for that and just keep getting shields and just keep going for, you know, the counter damage. And it's just adding up. But our Incinerates we're going to take the win there. We had that Medicham in the back. Again, still coming in clutch with us. For us at the end with a couple HP. Let's go. Next battle, we're met with a Trevenant. Okay, now that's a good lead. And they're swapping into a Sableye. Now this is a bit of a core breaker. But we're going to go ahead and stay here. Snazzle's, you know, it's just one of these things. It's just putting in that work doesn't really matter. You don't, it's not very effective with your poison. That's all right. That quick move is doing that damage while we do lower the defense. So we're going to go ahead and double up on our shields. Yes, we did do that because we had to. That Sableye was just a core breaker. They swap into their Trevenant, and we're going to go ahead and do that double Poison Fang like we've seen before, getting 2 shields out of them and staying in here. And they swap again after using both shields. And what is it going to be? A Wall Rain. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Medicham and just get that Snazzle out of there. Save it. You never know. You know, see, I'm going to tell you something. If you're going to save that HP on a Snazzle like that, or anything with an Incinerate or a 3-move quick move, it's not 3-turn quick move. It's not going to happen. You can't get it off. All right, so we're up against the Trevenant. They're going to go ahead and take us out. We bring in our own Trevenant with full health, and we take the win there. And we have yet again another 4-1. Okay, folks. All right, well, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Hope to really let that sink in there. Okay, that was some good stuff. Please enjoy yourselves, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care, trainers.